テスト、マイクのテスト。はい、皆さん、can you hearing me? Make sure not to hit anything with the pinky toe. What does that mean? Are you trying to curse me? 何これ？なんでか？前はダメよ。Ka-chow. There we go. Alright. Okay, so. Konbanwa. Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Good evening. My name is Anzu and I'm an apricot that delivers packages from me to you. I forgot to schedule the stream, so here I am, a little late. Howdy, partner. Welcome to this little shindig. Oh my god, I was so surprised. I was preparing for stream. I had OBS in the game and everything open, and then I was like, oh, there's no like thumbnail or scheduled program. I'm like, huh? I forgot. So yeah, here we all are. Alright, Kate. So we're going to be continuing the second case of this game, the Memoir of the Clouded Kokoro. So we're going to be continuing. I think it's going to be a bit of investigation, or I think it's straight to trial. Continuation of Saseki-san and Shamspearean. Shami. Just forewarning that the internet's also a little wonky nowadays. This is very normal in the Philippines when it's like December, November, October area time. Alright. Okay. So here we're at the hospital. I don't remember what we're supposed to do. Oh, what's this? Oh, we already read it. I guess there's nothing else to look around for. Just a theory. Game theory. Hi. Maybe we can try. Oh, we're done talking to her. Guess we'll have to move. Alright. Are you sure we've asked everything we need to know? There's something we don't know. Okay, percent. What to percent do? Maybe this picture? Guess we can try. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about something. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Hello, Skillmoo. Welcome. Oh, nani kore? Eh? Why is there grape juice? Oh, it's medicine? Oh no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did. Oh, Miss Green, are you alright? Tommy, are you okay? Are you okay, Miss Green? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's alright. I just wasn't expecting it. But how did you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. Oh. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan a year ago. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved? Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room to save money for the wedding. Whoa, she was gonna get married? Whoa, where is he now? Oh wait, right, he committed seppuku. Suikun. You can't say the actual word in YouTube, I think.
Hi. Hello, it's Sunday. Yes, Sunday. You cry. Why you cry? No cry, just laugh. Even if sad, just laugh. Nani, Johnny?
And that's what led him to Mr. Garidabs. Yes, he told me he'd found the worst but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. Well, you on YouTube. You're sad because I'm on YouTube? Well, I'm so sorry. If that's the case, then well, thank you very much for passing by and staying in my stream today. Oh no, I will see you on Sunday again, next Sunday. Hi. Alright, happy holidays, goodbye, Yoning.
Yeah, goodbye, Yoning.
Wait, where am I? Hey, now I'm in the hospital. Hey, hello there, Mr. Rat. Hey. Wow, I feel so awkward here. Nani kore? Am I supposed to like look around? Not much to find. Nani kore?
He? I should go back to my box. Ichini-san, puto?
Alright. We're terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green, she looks desperately sad. I was starting to think that's just her look. But now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her.
Tayone bars.
I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo. Who is this one?
Nare? Who are you?
Oh, it's Detective. Surely you were not too bad to leave. That's quite out of the question. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here. But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always. Well, make your presence known next time. Mr. Sholmes, what's this about? Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Mr. Sato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. What do you mean? There's a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. What are you going on about this time? Eh? Alright. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see. You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can. Look away.
Huh? Nani koe?
Oh my god, the hat.
Mr. Rat!
Nezumi-san! Shinda da yo.
He died. Oh no.
That mouse seems to be dead. Look, I didn't notice it there before, did you? I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived.
What?
You don't think... Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Yes, I think it's falling into place. Miss Green, the contents of the bottle you had before has spilt out on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died. I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison. Don't worry, I will attend to the mouse presently.
Poor Mousy. Didn't deserve to die like that. Poor Mousy.
Miss Green, were you intending to go to the same way as that rodent? To take your own life? Once we'd left, you would have put it in your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison? No! Miss Green, please talk to us.
Oh my, 何これ?
It definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand, in what can only be described as a very tense atmosphere. Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it. Miss Green! それはエレガントじゃないNot elegant! I know, if you get that reference, bless you. Okay, let's ask Miss Green. Was she really going to try committing suicune? 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't been quite so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Well, with this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he always leaves the medicine cabinet open for a while. So I snuck this out when he wasn't looking.
Snack! Snack! Cutie snack wo Oniyaji Oni-sama. How are you? Thank you very much for the bear hug. But I shall be the cruel angel and not hug you back. I shall NTR. Unrequited love. You have awakening to your isekai. Yes.
It conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. I'm afraid I don't really know. But I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things. Well, it seems clear now that it contains poison. Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that.
Yes, 사진이는 0. 스나크. 우. 스나크 우.
君と夏と終わり将来の夢 But that's not unrequited love, that's someone who died. Well. Oh no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection.
Wow, look at Shom, so serious. Look at him. So seriousing. Oh my.
You'll steal Uhtred?
ちょっと待ってくださいね。
Now, where did I put that old little thing? I know it's somewhere here. Should I go with the instant or the prolonging agony? Well, I could always go with both. Maybe if I take the old... Nah, not that one. There's a better one. Where's the longer rifle one? Not this one. Not the one with the silencer. I don't need to conceal it.
どこにかな?
This one's too explosive. It's gonna blow away the whole place too. Fine, let's just go with the slow agony one. Guess this one will be alright. Now where is that old thing? I know it's... No, this one is for cooking. That one is for thieves. This one is the other. This one's for cooking. Where's the... Oh, there we go. I found it.
TPG, I have bazooka, but if I take a bazooka, we all go ba-boom. And that's not great, unfortunately. Alright, I found it. No, you can't go to the woods. You are trapped here with me. Alright. Sunaku? Sunaku? Where are you, Sunaku? Sunaku?
Where are you? Come right here. You dare try to steal my baby? Well, I will steal more than your organs, you hear me? Where are you? Come out, wherever you are. Don't make me bring out the squad.
Well, while we're looking for Sunaku, let's continue with the game.
Oh, you do know that one of my squadrons are living in the woods, right? You have a 90% chance of encountering them if you go in the woods. They're everywhere. It's not a singular base, they have many. They have stations.
And they're all hidden really well, despite being in plain sight.
Careful on the ground that you're sitting or on the tree you're leaning on. Or the waters you drink from. Surprises are everywhere in the woods.
No, none.
The card. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Oh my. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance.
Oh, rendezvous.
Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day that you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. The slogan salad, yes. A pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road? Being the street that Mr. Garindab's house is on. Does this mean that... Yes, I'm sure you've guessed it. That day when I was struck in the back by the knife, I was actually on my way to the slug and salad.
Wow, you do know there could be more than one yandere apricot out there, Sunako? That also has a sword, maybe a bigger one.
Goodness! So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't say anything before. Oh, who is this person who sent this letter though? I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry to have had to drag up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine.
What are you looking at, Utra? It's okay, baby.
Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend has the bottle now anyway. And besides, I've been stabbed in the back and had a close shave with a bottle of poison. I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but... well, that's how all this has made me feel.
Shunako has a fever? Well, I can help you get out of your misery fast. Hehe, it's an instant medicine.
Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Well, it would appear we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspearean, Mr. Garindab's lodgings, the convict, Selden. There are many facts to this case and we're yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling anyway. I can't help wondering about the results of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes. Will they have found, strychnine in it or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper. Oh dear. Yes, Baruch van Zieks. Or was it Vaughn? I can't remember. Short-term memory. But I wish you every success, of course, and though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at the crisp hour and attend the trial. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come? Indeed. Whatever happens, I shall be there, assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's case until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people.
Hello, Nishimiya-san. Konbanyo.
Konbanwa, Nishimiya-san. Irashaimase.
Oh, it's okay. It is the season to be sick, actually,
These last few months of the year.
Wow, get well soon. お大事にお願いします.
Do take care, Nishimiya-san. Drink your medicine, stay warm and eat well, ne? Get well soon. Odaichi. But away from the razzle-dazzle down back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk.
Cute baby.
Soseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here. And so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot, to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Shom said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us! Man, I guess I could have just continued from last stream. Anyway, we'll continue the game. We just started after all.
Save progress. Hi.
No, not there. Oh no. ちょっと待って。Oh wait, right, we don't have any new slots. Okay, slot 10. Save complete.
はい、続きます。
Your weakness is here.
Yes, everyone's weakness shall be here. Yes. Yes.
February 23, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, hey!
漱石さん、zoom in.
On essence, your only weakness? No, there has to be another weakness in your life. We'll find out soon. 教えてください、西宮さん。
It makes you melt. That's good. It will be good for winter. It will be good for next month.
Wow, Soseki-san is so nervous. This is it then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, it's time to put an end to this now. Ooh, let's try finishing the case. I really want to finish this. To the miserable curse that has been plaguing Mr. Natsume, to everything. And in my own small way, I shall do everything I can to help you. I always appreciate your help, Mrs. Sato. Suffering Soseki selfishly sidelined. Oh, good morning to you too, Mr. Natsume.
Good morning! Good morning, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! Listen to you two chatting away happily as if the main player of today's trial isn't here! Why would you do that? Why?
Oh dear. We didn't mean to cause offense, Mr. Natsume. I thought perhaps that because you had your eyes shut so tightly, you were meditating, finding inner calm. It seemed wrong to disturb you.
I was waiting!
What's the matter, Mr. Natsume? You seem different somehow today. Why, naturally, that's because I've attained spiritual enlightenment. The path of literature, you see, is a journey to discover one's own death. Or such like. That's the sort of morning conversation I was hoping for. That's why I had my eyes shut. I missed the signs, I'm afraid, somehow. You'll have to forgive me, Mr. Natsume.
Hello there, apricot. Why, thank you, me lord. Yes, hello, fellow apricot. How are you? Have you been well? Have you been memeing? Have you been winning, son?
And you mustn't talk of your path leading you to death, Mr. Natsume.
That was just an example!
Oh yes, there it is. Inner calm. You barely came to see me at all yesterday. I was sure you'd abandon me and return to our beautiful long-lost homeland. We've not even been in Great Britain a week yet. Yes, well, anyway, I intend to set everything straight in court today. I'm determined to uncover the truth. General is too powerful. We need to take them out.
Oh,
No problem. One-san, come over here. Nani?
お姉さん、ジェネラル西宮さん、なめなはむなは。
Oh, I understand. Now, Nishimiya-san, sit down, won't you? You know, these obedient little ones are not so fond in my heart, nor in my mind. And having such a knife and big sword on my hand, I don't know what I might just do to you, ne? I mean, I am in a good mood. But who knows? They say women's moods can be like the tide. It changes anytime. So you better keep yourself behaved. Or maybe this little hand of mine just slipped. Just a little bit. Maybe near your arm, your face, or maybe down below on the leg. What do you think, Minasan? Where should I ever hit this cute little apricot? If ever I had the need.
Wow, 姉さん、スナック wants to take you to Redo. I don't want that.
ねえ、スナック。やめてくださいね。それは本当にダメよ。If you dare put a little finger on your little Udran, who knows? You might not have fingers anymore after.
Pam. Why, if he has no more fingers, can we make sausages out of them?
Well, we could, package them like sausages. Maybe it would fetch for some money in the black market. Who knows? We'll never know unless we try. And who told you that I'm your waifu? Nishimiya-san? You dare declare ownership over me? My, bold, aren't you? No one can touch me down, chain me down, or hold me down, Nishimiya-san. Unless you'd beg for me to let you ne?
Wow, you could buy the fingers? Wow, you want 20 fingers? We'll throw in the toes as well if you want. Don't worry, Sinako, it will only hurt for a moment. Just a moment. After that, you won't feel anything because the nerves have died.
I've actually reached an important decision myself. Oh? What sort of decision? I shall fill you in after the trial. Alright. It would seem Mr. Sholmes isn't coming today after all. It's a very clever message, I think. My dear fellows, you must win this battle on your own merits. It's a very clear message, I think, that he's overslept again. The great detective? My arch nemesis? Long may he stay away, if you ask me. Defendant and your legal representative. The trial is about to begin. Make your way into the courtroom immediately.
Yes, sire.
Today, once again, we face the Reaper. And when the Reaper stands for the prosecution, the defendant's fate is sealed. I didn't mean to say the W word.
What? Hey, Odessa, are you gonna allow them to call you waifu?
That's quite a difficult question. Alright, apricots, I will let you call me your waifu. But be gentle with me, ne? But I don't believe in that legend any more than I believe in Soseki-san's curse. The truth is hidden here somewhere, and I won't let it escape me. I have to keep believing in my client and keep fighting to the very end. That's all! Waifu is like a Japanese term for wife. But it's like an otaku slang, like a geek slang or internet slang for, like, usually it's a person. Like, you can technically use it also on guys. You use it on a person that you deem as wife material or someone you would be willing to have as a wife, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, it can be quite a flexible term, the term waifu. It's like, yeah, definitely different ways to use it. You can also use it to just say some person is attractive or something. Isn't husbando used more for guys? Husbando is usually used if the guy is conventionally like what a husband, the common idea of what a husband would be like. So if the dude is kind of like the conventional idea of a wife, you know, like they're good at cooking, house chores, they're responsible, like more responsible than the usual reputation of a guy. No offense to anyone, but I mean, like, you know, the idea or the image that we kind of have as a stereotype. What else? You know, like basically if a wife was just a guy, so they would call the guy waifu. But if the husband is like the, you know, the conventional idea of a husband, like tough, buff, or hardworking salaryman-ish or something like that, or gentleman or whatever, or just attractive as a guy, you can call them husbando. Yeah. You can actually use it in a girl too, if the girl is, you know, kind of manly or has the male charm, that kind of feel. Yeah. So yeah, it can work. It can work. Yeah. So you're more waifu material than husbando material. I guess? Yeah, because you're good at cooking, right? Or you do cooking a lot, Sunaku.
So you can be waifu. Waifu Sunaku bear. Wow. すごいですね.
23rd February, 9:40 a.m., the Old Bailey courtroom.
You don't like it? But I want to see you wear an apron.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. Ho ho ho. I call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare the willingness to proceed. Ho ho. Oh, here comes Vampire Van Zeeks. The prosecution is ready. Yes, the defense is ready.
They're like SpongeBob. I'm ready. Promotion. Buddy beep bop.
But I guess they'll say something like,
I'm ready. Defending. Buddy beep bop. I'm ready.
Yes, you need apron. All of you apricots need an apron. Whether you like it or not. Apron da ne. Apron no kimasu. Very good. And now I call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Ho ho ho. Chosen by law to present the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to proceed? Absolutely. Justice will be done, you mark my words. I feel obliged to say, I feel especially ruthless on days when my hat is sitting just right. Oh, well, I wonder if you can adjust the hair for my hair for me. And please be as ruthless as you like. Thieves deserve to die if you ask me. Especially gas thieves. I've no sympathy for the men at all. Luke, I said it yesterday and I'll say it now. Again. I don't have time for this. I've got my own problems. Your number 2 is cute.
Wow, Skillmoo has a question.
Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock to a righteous cooking today. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, what can you tell us? Ho ho.
Vampire.
The prosecution's report, please, for the court. In relation to the theory expounded by the defense yesterday regarding the defendant's tea. So he does have the results. Oh, here he goes with his wine.
Wow.
Before the prosecution delivers the black news about the black tea belonging to the black god in the dock. Pray, allow me a moment to savor a liquid of a more sanguine hue. In fact, I'll defer to the good detective for the report. Here's to you, Inspector. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. As indicated by the defense, we found a bar soap just outside the victim's window in the snow. And there was indeed a frozen reddish liquid in a little depression on the top of it. Yes, that's the tea. That's what Mr. Natsume brought with him that night. Well, the brains at the yard analyzed it, and yes, you're right. It was tea. And there wasn't a trace of strychnine or any other toxic substances in it.
Is that you, Mikuru? お久しぶりだね。お元気ですか？ライフはどうですか？
No poison at all? In other words, the tea that the defendant brought with him to the victim's room is innocent. It's in the clear.
バレた？何バレた？バレ？バレ？何？
The only ballet I know is ballet. What a revelation! As I suspected. This makes it quite clear. The defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume, is blameless. My learned friend is jumping to conclusions again. A typical Nipponese reaction.
What?
Yes, it's true no poison was found in the few drops of liquid recovered from the soap on the window ledge. But what logic is that? Would you take a drop from the Thames and conclude that the water in the ocean isn't salty?
Uh-oh. What's he gonna do now? 何これ?
Is he about to try and turn the tides and just kick our ass?
I hope not. I really hope not. I hope not.
I hope not. Okay, what's he gonna say? My word! The water in the ocean is extremely salty, Counsel! Ho ho ho! No, the wine! Exactly. Unfit for drinking, just as the victim's tea was on the night in question, as the court has already heard. Bitter was the precise word from the lips of Mr. William Shamspeare, whom the prosecution now calls back to the stand.
Wow, he's gonna make Shamspeare talk. Mikuru wa genki da!
Oh wait, I want to change that. Mikuru wa genki da! That is great.
ああ、そうですね。私も元気です。時々。 疲れるよ。仕事から。
Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's request. Ho ho. Mr. Shamspeare. Yes, it sounds like we're going to have another confrontation with our theatrical friend. Bailiff, show Mr. Shamspeare to the stand. Ho ho.
He looks like Santa Claus. You don't speak Russian? Me too. I speak spoken random language. Yes. ハイブリッドラングエッジ。すごいですね。ハイブリッド系。
Mr. William Shamspeare, the victim of this despicable crime. Oh heaven, oh hell, do you command me to remember? Forsooth 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a belly full of the foul fluid given in mine innocence. Yes, but as was revealed in yesterday's proceedings, the witness is not as innocent as we had perhaps first been led to believe. Ho, ho. By using bars of soap such as this, he has been stealing gas from the supply company. Yes. One may smile and be a villain.
Damn, he has a lot of moves.
Forsooth 'twas I, Shamspeare, did have a room full of the sweet fuel given. That's right, fellow jurors, don't forget this man is a rotten thief. I haven't forgotten. Kept all about the ice coins a tiny secret, didn't you? You should have owned up sooner. Arrest him, I say. Arrest him at once, and let him feel the sting in my tail. Oh, indeed. By dint of violent cowardly means, I have plotted to further mine own ends, I confess. Thou wouldst not pardon my sins, of that I am sure. Yeah, he seems so happy for someone who's been stealing gas. If you did that in modern day, bro, you're gonna be put into some consecutive events of unfortunate events. If you acknowledge your wrongdoing, what exactly are you doing here? Cowards die many times before their deaths. And for a coward such as I, death be well deserved. But would it that a still greater crime passeth unpunished? For lo, the hairy-faced gentleman of farther east than Verona did contrive to poison me. Why is he so... 何これ? あの人は変なの. But there was no poison in the tea found in your room. The police have attested to that. What the defense would assert as an inconsistency will quickly be cleared up by the witness's testimony. Is that not so, Mr. Shamspeare? Verily, my liege, I would most gladly speak.
He's gonna spook me.
Very well. Let the witness testify to explain that inconsistency. Ho, ho, ho. Tell the court why it is that poison apparently entered your body, though none was found in the tea.
Tea.
The tea inconsistency. The Japanese man did come to my chamber with tea brewed in the pot. 'Twas in my cup alone that the wicked miscreant secretly poured his wicked poison. Whilst feigning distraction in our debate, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. When he departed by and by, I did use the tea that remained in his cup to make my coins of voice. Thus, 'tis no surprise that the poison be not found in the tea I did pour into the molds of soap. This guy is such a weird... Shami is so weird. Someone pulled out the Onesan card at me. Whoa! Wow! That's very good, Nishimiya-san. At least you will die in happiness, won't you? Baka? The poison was slipped into the cup after the tea had been poured. The normal way for poison to be administered in my experience. Quite. Otherwise, it would be disastrous if the poisoner were to mix up the cups, for instance. Ho ho. But no poison bottle was found at this scene. Because quite simply, the Nipponese took the bottle back to his own room. Huh? The absence of a vessel containing the poison only becomes problematic when considering suicide. Suicide. I knew that. By now it should be perfectly clear. A bar or two of cheap soap is wholly insufficient to wash the deep stains of guilt from the accused hands. Sirs, madams, 'tis true that I, Shamspeare, be a common thief of gas. But, listen here, ladies and gentlemen. Wherefore would I lie? Verily I have no cause. I have naught to lose. Well, I do declare. Thank you for your testimony, witness. Counsel, proceed with the cross-examination. Ho ho. Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord. Melon. Dun 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 bum bum.
Botta! I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume. Is that correct? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee, or know thee not? Methinks 'tis all I can know that thy destiny mingles with mine.
She was Creebus just talking normal English. Nani kore?
You lost me at the first "the." Zounds, sir, thou must learn the English tongue afore thou turnst thy hand to lawyering. I did, but I must have missed the archaic Elizabethan lecture. Verily and in truth, 'twas a fine-flavored brew. Bro. Never drop of poison did bob its sweetness, as the thorn doth bob the sweet rose. That, dear friends, be the simple truth. Listen to Mr. Shamspeare. He seems in even better form than he was yesterday. Either that or I'm in the worst form. That fated evening, after I did dine, at Grubb's Grubbery, a local alehouse of good report, naught did pass my lips but the tainted black tea. But behold! The poison was not in the tea at first! Why does he look like he's riding a horse?
Onesan card is too powerful, you can't handle it very much. Well, good luck next month.
Are you saying that you saw the moment when the poison was added to your tea? To have witnessed the act and then drank the tea. Thou dost describe the actions of a fool? Quite so, quite so. But no one likes going thirsty, do they? Sooner would I die quenched than parched. Would I have the choice? Actually, on the night in question, the water main was frozen, I believe, wasn't it? Were it not for the tea, in sooth, I would sooner have died frozen than quenched or parched. Right, no ice coins means no heating. The witness had more than one brush with death on the night in question, it would seem. Remind the court, Mr. Shamspeare, as to whether the accused drank any of the tea which he brought with him. With the greatest of pleasures, my liege.
My liege.
Mutta! But the teacup Mr. Natsume drank was found completely empty at the scene. And let's not forget the defendant's maxim, drink tea while it's hot. I did gulp from the poisoned cup that night, and in my agony did I writhe uncontrolled. In fits of pain I did knock the fellow's cup, and its contents spilt as blood from a gaping wound, methinks. Though certainly it was after I had made the coins of ice from his tea. An upset cup was found on the table that the victim was slumped over. There is no contradiction here. It's true. There was no tea left in either cup that we found at the scene. But still, something about this statement is troubling me. Yes, of course, I know what it is. It's Mr. Natsume's wise drink tea while it's hot maxim, isn't it? No, I'm not sure that's it. Thank you, witness. Now reiterate for the court what it is that occupied you after your guests had left and before you drank the tea. Ho, ho, ho. So he used the tea to make ice coins.
Posture and watering. ありがとうございましたね。Maraming salamat and per Machu Picchu.
Oh no, there's no cracking. Sag! Ah, Anzu-chan mo hankatta no?
はい。
モンスターハンターライズは、
Steam で買いました。
スイッチじゃない。Today's drink is coffee, iced coffee.
Ice coffee.
That's one good iced coffee. Yes, so that you could cheat the gas company, in fact, isn't that right? To cheat or not to die. This life's only choice. Yes. Faith to cheat be the wise choice, and mine occupation be not an ugly one. Prithee, dost thou not see beauty in the simplicity of the roots?
I get to ミックルも買う。ああ、そうですね。Steam もand that's the case. 一緒に遊びましょうね。へへへ。マンスターハンター、ウォシウォシウォシ。
モンスターハンターワールドもあります。Steam も。No, I don't be very sure, sir. Once this trial is over, Ultimate Gas will take you to task overnight. Legal task! I shall not run, I shall not hide. Sooth to say, I have never to run nor to hide. But, my lady, what would thou with this pitiful player? Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do with you, starting with a shoddy shirt on your back. This time for a Shamspearean dance. Jesus, apricot, he's just... he's just dancing to escape this conversation.
Hi! イエさんにね、
Monster Hunter Web.
みくるちゃん、ゼロスナックもモンスターハンタープレイヤーですね。でも、英語だけ。スナックさんも、私と、あなたと、遊びます。
Oh, it's okay, TPG. Actually, my connection's a little up and down, but not to the point that I would be disconnected. But it's really weird.
ライスとワールドも買う。Yes! はい、みくるちゃん。はいはいはい。買う。
What a harsh world we live in. The thieving of the gas was addressed in yesterday's proceedings. The prosecution calls on the defense not to muddy the waters with irrelevancy. Consider that a warning, counsel. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, my lord. Why am I the one in trouble here? Mr. Shamspeare, after the accused returned to his own lodgings, you used this tea to make your coins. Is that correct? To cheat or to die, I did make my choice many minutes ago. Oh, so that means months ago. And he's been cheating the gas company for a long time. Wait, he's been cheating the company for a long time then. If he says several moons ago, that usually means months ago. Damn.
またね。
冗談です。Alright, yeah, it's the same in English and Japanese. I guess we can invite Zero Sanaku.
Hey, Sanako, you have another player. Mikoro-chan.
He also speaks English, so don't worry. You can also just translate.
わあ、3人ね。3人ハンター。
If having first made your special coins, it was after 2 in the morning when you collapsed. That would mean you can't have drunk... Oh, that's a weird English there. That would mean you can't have drunk any tea yourself until around that time. Once ensnared by literary debate, naught else be found in the furrows of the mind. The debate about Romeo and Juliet, you mean? And who was the stronger of the two? Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow.
Whoa!
So they did wrestle. So Seki-san and Shamspeare-san.
Whoa!
I don't have a very good image of how they wrestled though. You'll try to play the story first.
English, okay. Hi, no problem.
モンスターハンターワールドは DLC があります。アイスボーン。それもあります。今、モンスターハンターワールドメインストーリーは、メインストーリーを終わりましたから、今、アイスボーンのDLC を遊びます。
はい。
モンスターハンターワールドのストーリーは、
ちょっと長いちょっと長いです。
モンスターハンターライスが、 I just started it. Yeah, I think technically I just started it. Hi. Rightly did I pay no heed to the tea as I wrestled with the abominable fellow. I don't remember debates like that when I was studying. Are you suggesting that neither of you actually drank the tea whilst it was hot that evening? My lord, wouldst thou be privy to some Shamspearean wisdom? Shamspearean wisdom? Money? Husband, wife, and tea ought a tipped be. Ah yes, so very true. Everyone has different preferences when it comes to tea. I think you might have interpreted that wrongly.
つよつよちゃん。
モンスターハンターワールドで、私はアーチャーです。ボーイのアーロー。モンスターハンターライスは忘れちゃった。I don't remember what weapon am I using. You forgot how to play. 大丈夫です。I forget my controls. So it's been proven that there was no poison in Soseki-san's tea. That should be hugely in our favor. But the atmosphere in this courtroom today... It feels as though everybody is against us, Mr. Naruhodo. It must be the Reaper's poison. I'm afraid that if we don't find a significant flaw in this testimony somewhere, the jury will pounce and find Mr. Natsume guilty. It really feels like we've jumped into the fire here.
What?
すごいスナック. You have them in both PS and... PS4, Steam, and Switch?
Wow.
Although your progress on Switch is very poor. Oh, that's okay. That's good since I technically just started the Switch. Yeah. Wait, no. Where do I play Rise? Sorry, Rise in Steam. I was thinking of a different game. Huh. It was cheaper on Steam, so I bought it there instead of the Switch.
It was mega sale.
I understand that you were already acquainted with Mr. Natsume, is that correct? I know thee, not a one. Fall to thy prayers. Do I know thee? Or know thee not?
That is the question.
Methinks 'tis all I can know, that thy destiny mingles with mine. I think all I know is that my destiny is intertwined with yours. I think that's what it means.
Wow, TPG, join us also. Monster Hunter, woo!
Yeah, sure, Sunaku. If we can all find the same day, no problem, and good timing.
Hihihi. Mikuru wa right bowgun. Ah! You used the light bowgun, Mikuru-chan. Oh. 私たちアーチャーだね。we shoot arrow in people's eyes.
You also do the twin swords and the club.
Wow. The club. Oh, if you use the club, bonku, 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 bonku. 皆さんにボンク。Monster Hunter ボンク。
In Monster Hunter World, you'll do the big sword.
Wow. ひょひょひょひょ。ビッグソード。刀、大きい刀ね。
Okay. Oh no. I think I pressed something by accident. No! Where's everybody? I'm transported to a different program. Sorry, wa nani? Oh, I'm back. There we go. Oh man. You lost me at the first V. Okay, so basically this is all just the testimonial over again. I'm just not sure what exactly to catch him on. Oh, wait. Verily, in truth, 'twas a fine flavored brew. But he never drank the tea, did he? Or I could be wrong. Oh. I'm confused. What am I supposed to show? Huh? Okay, if wait, no, I think we'll have to show this on the part where he's saying they're wrestling and they didn't drink. Because if Natsume-san's cup is clear, the green colored one, and his has a tea ring, that means he just didn't drink his tea, right? So, guess we'll have to look through his testimonies again. You played a lot of Monster Hunter when you were in Japan. Oh, did you guys know Monster Hunter has an app game that's like Pokemon Go? I tried it out, it's kind of interesting. Though I uninstalled it since I don't really use like mobile internet that much while I'm out except for messaging, so yeah, I mean if you were into Pokemon Go, I think you'd like Monster Hunter version of it. Yeah. In my cup alone that the wicked messenger report the wicked poison, feigning distraction and wait, never did a drop of his own drink pass his lips. There we go, this one. So the thing is there's no line on Natsume-san's teacup, so that means he drank it. You claim that Mr. Natsume didn't drink a drop of tea on the night in question. But that's impossible. How, chop logic? What is this? Ye clad friend? The two teacups from the scene, one used by the victim and the other by the defendant, have a clear difference between them. One that represents incontrovertible proof. How do you read this?
Incontrovertible.
Incontrovertible? What difference? Look at the inside of the cups. Just here, there's a clearly visible ring. Yes, a tea ring. Commonplace enough. Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. Oh, you guys play it too? When I was still playing it, my area, like near the house itself, it's all Jargas. Giant Jargas, the regular Jargas, the other colored Jargas, and those flying bird-looking thingies. There's also a lot of I forgot their names. I keep forgetting the monster names. The one that carries a rock or an egg. That bird, I forgot. It starts with a letter P, I think. I forget their names. Yeah, my area is filled with them. And I'm like, whoa, every day I'm hunting. Indeed, such stains occur all too readily when one leaves tea in the cup for a while. Ho, ho. And yet, Mr. Natsume's cup has no such ring. Good lord, you're right. It's completely clean. Ho, ho. And Prithee, sir, what makes thou of it? Oh, it's Kuluyaku? Oh, I thought it was a letter P. God darn. Exactly what Mr. Natsume told the court yesterday. The Japanese saying he quoted. Drink tea while it's hot. That's right, yes. The jittery Mr. Natsume was true to his usual self that night and drank his tea in no time. Oh. Ooh, what a face he has, look at that. If, as you claim in your testimony, he didn't touch a drop of his tea, a ring would have developed on the inside of his cup as well. After the several hours the tea was left standing. But... in short, Mr. Shamspearean, you clearly lied to the court! As a rule, I fill my hollowed chalice up to 7 times during any one trial. You might want to keep that information to yourself. He drinks 7 cups? Oh my god. In trial? How are you not drunk? Yet on occasion, tedium distracts me and I pour more times than I intended until the bottle is dry. Your drinking habits are fascinating but irrelevant. On the contrary, they illustrate the fickleness of human memory. To William Shamspeare. Yes, my liege. Though you previously stated that you made the coins of ice from the leftover tea in the accused cup, could it be that you were perhaps mistaken? Eh? Could it be that, yes, perhaps there was some tea remaining in the small teapot left at the scene? Whenever he does that, I feel the shards of the chalice in my hands, ma'am. Itay na. Itay mitai. A fact that had vanished from your memory until now. Faith, my liege, thou art a magician. For verily, verily, 'tis as though thou hast seen with thine own eyes that night. What? Forsooth, I was mistook. I did plan to use tea from the Japanese fellow's cup, but no, when I looked it was empty. And thus did I use the dregs that festered in the teapot, as my liege did suggest. And you've just suddenly remembered now that you made a mistake before? Are we supposed to believe that? People's memories are imperfect, my learned friend, which is why we rely on evidence instead. But in any case, it makes no difference. The victim's most recent testimony tells us 2 things of note. Firstly, that the poison was put into the victim's teacup only. And secondly, that this spoiled cup was not the source of the insipid ice coins that have bewitched this court. The prosecution makes a fine summary of the facts. Furthermore, that testimony remains valid and in full support of the established facts. In other words... The inconsistency claimed by the defense simply does not exist. No!
What does this mean then?
I do declare it means there's no issue with the gas thief's testimony. Apart from the bit, but TV gas, obviously. My lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the jury, I do solemnly swear, after I did dine at Grubb's Grubbery Ale House that night, not did pass my lips but the black tea given me by the Japanese, whose back be stooped as low as them. And on what did you dine, sir? Why, I did partake of my favourites, a broth as would be called soup and a leaf as would be called salad. As insalubrious a menu as the establishment where it was served. But you gods will give us some faults to make us men. Willingly I would suffer what punishment is seen fit to serve a wicked thief of gas. But I pray ye wise and noble fellows ne'er forget the simple truth. That be one thing and this be another. Jurors, all your humble servant Shamspeare does entreat you, punish the Japanese fellow for his sins.
My lord!
Who is this? Oh, it's juror number 1. My lord! If I may speak, my lord. Yes, Mr. Foreman. I believe we may have been duped by that rotten defense lawyer.
By me?
I do declare you may be right.
We all know that wife.
Wife there was making coins of ice to keep himself warm. But this lawyer lad says if he's stealing gas, he deserves a dose of poison, eh? He's been leading us up the golden path. That's what he's been doing. I really never said anything like that. Well, what we just heard from the victim there has opened our eyes again. We've reached a decision this time and we won't be swayed from it.
Good job.
The court acknowledges the position of the jury foreman and will duly hear the jury's findings. Ho, ho, ho. What? No! You can't yet. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your decisions now. Ho, ho.
有罪
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 You say.
有罪
You say.
有罪
You say.
We're guilty. No.
I'm innocent.
I hereby declare the jury to be in one accord. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. How is this happening? My lord, the defense asserts its right to carry out a summation examination. Very well, the court upholds that defense right. Typical. My learned friend is unable to accept the obvious truth. This trial will therefore enter its second summation examination immediately. Jurors, the court calls upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime of which he is charged. Ho, ho.
Ho ho ho, Marukoshimash.
Judicial findings. The jurors' contentions. I'm a man of logic, eh? And having considered all the evidence, the defendant must logically be guilty. I do agree that gas is far too expensive. I can quite understand why the man would want to avoid paying.
This stuff explodes and it can poison you. It's absolutely lethal, gas is.
Gas doesn't come for free. It costs a fortune to deliver it around the city and mainline and maintain the pipes. Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
If nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there?
He looks like Santa Claus. おじいさんはサンタクロースみたいだね。
I do feel that perhaps personal opinions about gas and its supply has influenced decisions somewhat. But never mind, ho ho. No, you should really mind. The truth is, our counter-argument wasn't as unassailable as we'd hoped. And Mr. Shamspeare was poisoned. There can be no doubt of that. Then how are we supposed to turn this around? I think we need to establish the method by which Mr. Shamspeare was actually poisoned. Our only hope is to demonstrate that to the court incontrovertibly. But what? That's surely almost impossible at this stage. If we don't manage it though, Mr. Natsume will be found guilty. Oh man. No delays, counsel. Proceed with the submission examination. Ho ho ho.
Ka-chow.
Jury examination. The defense rebuttal. Okay, we gotta press every single person here.
Mata.
All the evidence you say? That's right. And there's no room for doubt, it's all pointing at that Japanese man with the big mustache.
Says the Englishman with the bigger mustache.
Which means we need to show the man some new evidence to make him change his mind. If only we had that kind of evidence. Don't worry, the submission examination has barely started. Really? Perhaps there'll be a shift in the situation that shows an existing piece of evidence in a new light. Let's hope so. To start with though, I need to find some way out of this deadlock.
Deadlock. Mata.
This isn't the time for the place to be discussing the price of gas, madam. But Riley, think of the injustice. Air is a gas, and air is free. Why should Altamont gas cost money? It makes my blood boil. I can feel myself becoming more ruthless than ever. And this isn't the time or the place to be ruthless either. If I might interject here. Yes, madam? It seems my fellow juror takes issue with the price our company charges for gas. But it's precisely because of thieves like this man that the cost goes up. Oh, what a beastly man. That unkempt mustache, those hunched shoulders, poisoning tea and stealing gas. Utterly unforgivable. No. Mr. Natsume isn't the one who's been stealing gas. I'll thank you not to go adding on more crimes. Mr. Natsume hasn't been poisoning tea either. Well, anyway, I've quite made up my mind. It's as made up as the price of gas.
Mata.
Could we please talk about the poison rather than the gas? Do you think, sir? Well, if you like, I mean, to be honest, I'd take poison over gas every time. You'd take poison? What I mean is, poison can only poison you. It doesn't explode, does it? Goodness me, what are you talking about? Set him straight, please, lawyer men. Well, it's certainly true that poison isn't prone to exploding. But I think you'll find poison also can't light or heat up a room. Ah! You're right! I hadn't considered that at all. Young lawyer man, Yes? You have a good head on your shoulders. We could use someone like you as our company's legal representative.
Well, I wasn't expecting to pick up more business in the middle of a trial, that's for sure.
Anyway, the point is I haven't had the best experience with gas companies in the past. Can we please refrain from all this talk of gas? There's an all-out attack underway here in case you hadn't noticed, against my company's gas. And I'm supposed to sit here and take it, am I? I don't think so. She's really buzzing now. All I've heard about are wonderful fuel is explosions and poisonings. What about electricity, What about getting electrocuted? What about that? A little explosion here and there's nothing in comparison. Any explosion could hardly be described as nothing, Vanda. Ho ho. Nevertheless, the theft of your gas is deplorable. My point exactly. But the gas thieves aren't even the worst of our enemies. We have far more devious reprobates to contend with on a daily basis, you know.
More devious?
Who, madam? Other gas companies, of course. Other gas companies? Not quite what I was expecting. We generate gas and we deliver it to our customers fair and square. Indeed, nobody is questioning that, madam. Altamont is an exemplary gas company. But there are others unscrupulous gas companies here in London that don't even have any gas at all. What? But if they don't have any gas, how do they go about selling it to people? You wouldn't think it possible, would you? But they steal our gas, you see, and sell that. They steal your gas? How on earth is such a thing possible? Gas companies like ours deliver gas to people's homes via a network of pipes. But these devious reprobates secretly disconnect our pipes and divert our gas into their own rotten pipes. Then, they make a contract with the household supplied by those pipes and take money for the precious gas that's rightfully ours without us even knowing. They're diverting gas into their own pipes illegally. What a brazen form of theft. When we visit customers' houses to collect the money from their meters, we always have to check whether or not one of these previous companies has been up to its tricks. Oh, someone reacted. Nani kore? Pursue.
Chateau!
Do you have something to say about that, juror number 3? Oh, golly. You mean me? I'm terribly sorry. I was just thinking to myself. I really did catch him off guard there. Thinking about what the lady next to you was saying, correct?
Well, yeah.
I just got a little riled about it recently, you see? Go on. An Altamont gas worker visited my house the other day to investigate the pipe work. We need to ask for your cooperation while we carry out the secret check of your property, sir, the fellow said. So I let him in, and do you know what he did? I'm afraid I have no idea. Please tell us. He proceeded to take one of my lights off the wall. Then he grabbed the exposed mouth of the pipe and started blowing into it. What do you think you're doing, young man? You're giving away company secrets there. Oh please, everybody knows. But it was very nearly the death of me, I can tell you. What do you mean? I'll explain if you don't mind. As I said before, these unscrupulous other gas companies connect their customers to our pipe network. Yes, but how does blowing into the pipes come into it? Obviously, there's gas in the pipes, and it's at a fairly low pressure. By blowing air through the pipe, you can make the pressure drop temporarily. And if you do that, any lights connected to the same pipe will flicker for a moment. Ah, I see. In other words, if upon blowing into the pipe the lights of an adjacent property that has no contract with your company flicker, you can know that these devious scoundrels have been meddling with the pipes. Exactly, my lord. That's it in a nutshell. It's the reason why we have teams of workers going around neighborhoods to investigate which lights flicker. The trouble is, the particular worker who came to my house didn't know the strength of his own breath. He blew down the pipe with all his might, and you can guess what happened, can you? Well, if he blew hard then... Wait, you mean... That's right, the lights didn't just flicker, they went out! Along with the stove, gas started pouring into the house. What a disaster! The gas supply must have been interrupted briefly because the man blew too hard, so the flames went out. I'm afraid I yelled at the fellow. Are you trying to kill us all? I said. So by disconnecting a lamp and blowing into the exposed gas pipe, it's possible to extinguish lamps and stoves connected to the same network of pipes. And then, when the gas starts flowing again, it just silently seeps into the room. Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps... Yes, this is almost certainly the clue that we've been hoping for. Juror number 3. The defense requests that you amend your statement to include that information. Oh well, if you like, I don't mind. Well, I do! That's our company's secret method of identifying. Like I said, madam, it's widely known already. Very well, juror number 3, you will amend your statement accordingly. Yes, my lord. Although I'm not really sure what the point of all this is. Blow too hard into a gas pipe and you extinguish everything in the house, and then you're in real trouble. When you say extinguish everything in the house, do you mean even on different floors? Oh yes, all floors are connected to the same pipe after all. That's true of every building. Because gas supply contracts are issued for whole properties. Well, I had no idea that it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe. It's not something we like to publicize, to be honest. But we have to carry out these investigations, as I'm sure you can appreciate. Indeed, yes, it has been mentioned on more than one occasion in the papers even. Ho ho! Is that so? It's been mentioned to me too, very recently. An incident involving the gas stove going out inexplicably, almost leading to someone's death. Mr. Naruhodo, I think perhaps... Yes. It's finally starting to fall into place. The secret link that joins all of these strange occurrences. Alright, I already said this, I think. Did I already examine this? Yeah, I kinda did, didn't I? So she's just complaining about everyone talking about gas, but electricity is almost the same. More devious plans, basically cheating the clients. Hi Gilbert, how are you? I hope you've been well. No problem. If you're busy, no problem. Hi, hi. Do take care, ne? And you have a nice day too. It's just nice to see you, ne?
Take care.
Hold on, guys. I need to drink coffee. That hit the spot. But the coffee's ice is gone. No. Okay, we already pressured this one, so let's try a different. We'll try a different testimony, or maybe we need to present something. Can you hear me? Okay, so let's just skip this part. Nani?
Eh? Nani?
Oh, where did the game go? Holy shamoli, the game crashed. Huh? Oh no, when was the last time we saved? Nani kore? Eh? Game mode, naze? Why?
I'm sad.
I'm sad. Oh no. Oh no. Hey? Hey? Please, please be auto-saved. Oh no, where are we? I don't know, what timeline are we on? Wait, did it save during this part? Auto-save has saved us. Okay, so yeah, the other companies have been diverting the gas to their pipes. Okay, we know this. Yeah, then they always check if the other companies are up to their tricks.
Yamaba. Hi, Yamaba nanda. I shall now commit Sudoku.
Okay, so it's talking about the company team. It's very difficult selling something you can't see, you know? Very difficult indeed. Okay, we're back on track. We were saved by autosave.
Sugoi desu ne.
Thank you, that will do. Clearly this is a very involved subject, but I feel we have digressed rather too much already. Oh no, my voice cracked. No. I concur. Though if my learned friend wishes to become an expert in gas, I believe the subject will suit him well. To your new career in nothingness. I'll send this to every friend I have. when they tell me I've quit my job. Then, welcome to your new career, nothingness. Omedetou. Thank you so much. You will turn your attention to the next juror's assertion, please, Kamsu.
Counselor.
Truth be told, the tea my wife serves up for me is a little sketchy at times.
Maybe it's poison.
You mean it's poison? That's right, it happened a tiny few times now. This is most troubling indeed. It's always days like this one when I don't get any wages. I get in at tea time, see? Now I see her doing it, my wife. She gets that devilish look on her face, and she slips some white powder into my cup. And you drink it anyway? I was brought up proper, I was. If someone gives you a cuppa, you drink it. And what happened to you? What did it taste like? It was god awful, believe you me. Salty as hell.
Oh, that's not poison, that's just salt. Baka! Baka, baka, baka!
That's just salt. He thought it was poison. It's just freaking salt.
塩だけね。
Then I think perhaps that your wife put in your tea was salt. No! Nani? So she doesn't even care enough to poison me properly? Huh? Mattake. Unbelievable. Yeah, he's stupid. It's not. It's salt. It's not poison. Oh my god. He was about to frame his wife as a criminal. A murderer. Gods. Juror number 5.
Baka, baka, baka! Baka, Luigi!
Let's move on, please. Hako. It's the old man.
Mata!
Does that mean that if the victim could be shown to have ingested something else, you change your learning? Your leaning?
Sorry. What's that now?
Oh, I was just saying if the victim did actually eat or drink something else on the night.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry?
That says if nothing else passed the victim's lips that night, there's no other explanation, is there? Haven't you been listening to me at all?
I feel there's an English expression about a pot and a kettle that's appropriate here. Frame Anzu instead.
Why? I haven't committed any crimes. I haven't even committed a war crime yet. I'm innocent. I'm good apricot.
Isn't that right, little Padorio on my shoulder?
Padorio!
See? It agrees.
I'm innocent.
Padorio! See? Compared to the other jurors who don't even appear to have anything to say about the case at all. It would seem that this elderly gentleman has been listening to the proceedings far more intently. I suppose. The trouble is, he has selective hearing. Exactly, but still, this juror may well be the key to the breakthrough that we so desperately need. This is hopeless. There's no way for me to appeal to these people. I do think that the only way we shall overcome this difficult situation is by exposing the way in which Mr. Shamspeare was really poisoned. We have to prove that it happened some other way, and not via Mr. Natsume's tea. Yes, I know. The trouble is, I have absolutely no idea
how it did happen. Anzu is the most guilty. What?
Igiari!
I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. Mae wa usotsuki da ne. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Well then, well, instead of fire, I would put fire ants. Those things bite really hard and painful.
Fire on. Munch, 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 munch.
Mr. Naruhodo, I wonder if perhaps there's something you might have forgotten. Oh, like what? It's important to watch everyone involved and pursue people if they react to something else. Something someone else says. If you'd like me to remind you exactly what I mean, I'd be more than happy too, of course. Once again, Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands here. I probably owe it to my client to hear any advice my assistant may be able to offer. So perhaps I ought to let Susato-san remind me. Then again...
No, I don't need this one. I'm not a baby. I know when to press and clash. What?
Actually, I don't think there's any need. It's vital that we start trying to change these jurors' minds as soon as possible. Of course, I'm sure you're right. Yeah, it's accusation without proofs. But if you decide you would like your memory refreshed, you need only ask Mr. Naruhodo.
I shall ask you when needed. For now, you bonku.
Alright. Okay. Okay, so we know about this part, right? Just be told that juror number 5 is useless on this one. Okay, nothing else past the victims and there's no other explanation, is there? Wait a minute. Okay, I need to go back to the very first guy. Hold on. So, I do agree, guys. Oh, sorry, wrong button. Nothing else passed the victim's lips that night. There's no other explanations. What's the evidences that we have? Oh no, this picture still gives me the wrong mental image. Oh no, eto. What could I... Well, we already checked out the whole thing with this. Okay, so for now, juror number 5, the guy with the salt, is definitely not useful. He's not gonna tell us anything. So, wait. This dude, what was he saying again? About the pipe thingy. All floors are connected to the same pipe after all. What else? So it was possible to extinguish gas appliances simply by blowing down the pipe. It has involving gas stove going on the secret link. Okay, so maybe this is the statement that we have to Oh, I get it. Hold on, I get it. I know now. I think it's 3 and 6. 5 is completely useless. 3 is more of a supporting statement to the 4, the gas lady, this one, is more of a support to the third two. The first and second didn't really say much, so maybe it's these two. These two statements clearly contradict each other. Good gracious! To whose statements do you refer, Counsel? Juror number 6. Did you hear what juror number 3 just said?
What? Yes, of course. I heard him mumbling about something or other.
There is another explanation here, I believe. Something besides Mr. Natsume's tea did, in a manner of speaking, passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
What? What explanation?
I wonder, did the police check the mouth of the gas pipe feeding the wall light at the scene to see if there were any traces of poison there? I was curious to see what your floundering would result in this time, but the mouth of a gas pipe? Scotland Yard have enough to do without exploring such irrelevance. Hold it! What a piece of work is man! What are you trying to say, Mr. Shamspeare? What speakest thou? Prithee, is it not strange and strange? This is what I say to thee, sir. I thought I'd been quite clear, but let me put it another way. The strychnine could have been on the mouth of the gas pipe that feeds the wall lamp in your room. And that is how the poison came to enter your body. Good lord! Here we go. Are they tasty then, gas pipes? Is that what he's saying? Or is the gentleman suggesting that the poor man was so desperately hungry, he tried to fill his belly with gas? Perhaps no actress would perform a kiss scene with him. For shame, madam, speaking that I fancy. I assure you I'm not such a buffoon that I have to kiss pipes. Ah, the wine. He threw the wine again. This is no submission examination. This is a farce. The prosecution will not stand for any more of my learned Nipponese friend's conjecture. My dog is trying to say, why does he have to do that? Why does he throw the good wine away?
How many cups are in kaboom?
It's okay, you tread, my little doggy. It's okay. To begin with, the lamp in the victim's room is high on the wall. In order to have placed his lips to the pipe that feeds it, he would have to be a contortionist. These are empty assertions. Oh, not again! There's no possible proof that the man did as you say. It's true. I have no proof that Mr. Shamspeare put his lips in the pipe. However, I can say with some certainty that on multiple occasions, Mr. Shamspeare has been doing something in front of that lamp on his wall. And I have evidence to prove it. Ah, it's the one with the picture and the handprints. Huh? All right, you've got our attention, lad. I'd like to see how you can be so sure of yourself.
So would I.
Let's see this evidence, then. Richard, that tickles. Richard's licking my foot. It tickles. Now that I've got the jury's ear, I need to make this opportunity count. This is a proof that time and time again, Mr. Shamspeare stood in front of his gas lamp.
It's that weird picture that I had a different
no image of.
Ayato for the watering and posture.
Ooh, that was a nice crack right there.
What the?
These are... Wait, what are they called? Yes, skin prints that were found at the scene. Skin prints, Council? I've never heard of such things. Ho ho.
Rero rero. Oh oh oh.
Rero 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 rero. Rero 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 rero. Rero 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 rero.
It's okay, baby.
The Justice Ministry is currently assessing whether or not to permit fingerprints as evidence in court, however. My lord, this is an exciting new forensic technique developed by the great detective, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. It reveals all of the places that Mr. Shamspeare touched in his room. I didn't know that Anzu was secretly kakyoin. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, that's black magic, isn't it? Oh no, they're gonna trial me as a witch. That's actually the Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright game crossover in the 3DS, for those who don't know.
Hi, brother Apricot. Yes, you can. Go with my brother. If you wanna go out, go with brother Apricot.
Well, if anyone could invent something like this, it's that great Soames fellow, that's for sure.
I agree. This month's edition of Engineering Thumbs was quite fascinating. We found skin prints in many places that you would expect. On the table, on the costumes. However, Mr. Shamspeare also appears to have been touching some very unexpected places in his room. For example, here. Around the hanging picture there, indeed multiple handprints appear to be visible. Well, I wonder, could he have been appreciating the artwork perhaps? At first, my colleagues and I thought the same. However, imagine standing with your hands where those prints are, and you would find yourself directly in front of... Ah! I don't believe it! The gas lamp! Though the reason why isn't immediately obvious, it's clear that Mr. Shamspeare has regularly been standing with his hands to the wall in front of that lamp. Right, what have you been up to, you nut?
Hey! Oh wait, no, it's okay. It's still October, so he can say that. No problem.
We got you now, Shammy. I'd asked the court to recall juror number 4's earlier statement. Me? What did I say? You said that blowing into a gas pipe would make the lights in the entire building flicker. And now, if you recall juror number 3's statement...
What? Me now?
When the gas worker who visited his home blew with too much force into the pipe, it caused all the lights in the gas stove to go out, and gas to start leaking. Wait, gas cannot leak, they have no tongues. Leaking into the rooms. Obviously, that incident was an accident. However, the simple fact is, if Mr. Shamspeare were to have blown hard into the gas pipe here in his room, he could have extinguished every other light and gas stove in the building at will.
Pam pam pam.
Crikey! Are you suggesting that the man purposefully caused the gas to... Where are you, baby? Oh, my little doggy, you're so cute. Note I acknowledge that the prosecution is required to remain silent during a submission examination. I must toast my learned friend's utter disregard for the letter of the law.
Yes, baby, yes, baby. Yes, baby.
My dog is speaking to me. I don't know why. Yes, baby.
What is it? What? You don't like Shamspeare? You don't like Shammy? Oh, you think it's despicable he steals gas? Oh, I see. What do you think? You think he's guilty? Is that it? Yes, baby? Oh, すごいですね。
ウートレードはちょっと、マスターデテクティブね。What is the meaning of this, Lord Van Zix? This curious photograph, or whatever it is, presented by the defense, the so-called skin prints. Clearly, that cannot be accepted as any form of usable evidence in this case. But it's an exciting new forensic technique developed by a great detective. It's nothing. A mere toy developed by an amateur sleuth with too much time on his hands. Huh? Certainly, even research of this nature by esteemed Mr. Schultz cannot be recognized by the court as formal evidence. But... Please, my lord, if I may. Mr. Sato? It was not the defense's intention to submit the skin prints as formal evidence. We merely wished to present the results of the great detective's investigation of the scene as a tool by which to explain that possibility to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. And if the trial were to come to an end now, we should never learn the truth. We should never learn? We should never learn the truth behind these mysterious handprints that everyone has now seen. I don't believe we can allow that to happen. I'm sure the jurors would agree. Ooh, nice one, Susato. You're right. Whether those strange handprints are a significant clue or not, it's down to us to decide. Juror number 3. Oh yes, I do declare the great detective's investigation results sound absolutely fascinating. And I want to hear what that shady active fellow has to say about those shady handprints.
Oh, this way too then. Sweet. Ah.
What's the matter with you two? That was foolhardy.
Well, I did say it, didn't I? And I don't like to break a promise.
No, wait! You heard his lordship. It's not fair.
Her.
Nothing can do. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. It's just one more juror. If just one more juror changes his or her mind, Mr. Natsume's trial will have to continue. Thank you, Mrs. Sato. But I couldn't have done it without you. Oh no, it was you who identified the clue after all. This is very much your success. Ooh, look at the sweat of the sweat. Why, Mr. Shamspeare, you seem to be losing your composure. Just one more juror, Mr. Naruhodo. You can do it!
Ka-chunk.
Very well, continue, counsel. Ho ho. Okay, so honestly, I'm not sure who to convert next, but a gut tells me it's the juror number 1, because he's talking about being a man of logic. So isn't it logical to just investigate further? Let's try. Press. All the evidence, you say? That's right. And there's no room for doubt. It's all pointing at that Japanese man with a big mustache. Says the Englishman with a bigger mustache. But the defense just demonstrated another possible explanation for the events on the night in question. What do you make of that? What, your so-called skin prints? It's an exciting new forensic investigation technique, developed by the great detective himself. The numerous handprints on the wall are clearly out of the ordinary. And if Mr. Shamspeare had indeed put his mouth to the gas pipe on the night in question, it can't be denied that there's a possibility that's where the poison was. Well, yes, I won't deny that it's playing on my mind. But as the prosecution rightly says, we should pay no heed to unacceptable forms of evidence. Besides, yes? Even if the fellow has been up to some mischief with the gas pipes dozens of times before, it doesn't mean he got up to the same shenanigans on the night in question, does it? If you can't make your case better than that, I'm afraid I can't change my stance. You do make a very valid point, sir. What?
That's true.
Perhaps I was a little hasty. Hasty? No, wait. Look, you've got your chance here, haven't you? So it's time to prove your theory. If you and your Japanese cohorts can, that is. Just leave her nationality out of this, please. Mr. Naruhodo, if we can't substantiate our position, I'm afraid the jurors that changed their minds before may very well change them back. What can I do? Is there any more proof I can give here? Can I show that Mr. Shamspeare really did blow down the pipe on the night in question? Well, I definitely will not choose the first option, because that's probably a game over flag if I say I can't prove it. If I'm gonna prove it with evidence, I don't have any. I can get that pretty much on Susato-san and Yonosuke's dialogue. Maybe it's a testimony? No, in truth I don't have evidence to support my theory. However, there is witness testimony that substantiates it. What's that? Testimony?
This is incredible. Whose testimony?
Yes, it's all connected. Everything is linked. The person whose testimony revealed details about the gas in the Garrideb residence that night. Namely, oh no.
I know him or her.
The gas? Oh no. Oh, it's okay, Trin. Oh, baby. My baby doggy. He's like lying down against my foot like a pillow. So cutie. Was it Mr. Garrideb? I cannot remember. I mean, the only people who talked about the whole place was Mr. Garrideb and Soseki-san.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which of these witnesses should I go? Soseki-san?
I'm gonna be guessing, I'm not entirely sure. No. Presenting. Obviously, I'm talking about the defendant, Mr. Soseki Natsume himself. The defendant? Oh wait, it's correct. At the very beginning of the proceedings here in court yesterday, Mr. Natsume said the following.
He did? My lodgings! There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings.
Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Shamspearean's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed. But before long, the stove went out.
And somebody tried to kill me!
Alright, he said that in the previous part of this game. On the night in question, the gas in the defendant's room went out. So I asked the court, was that a mere coincidence or not?
Good golly! Oh boy! So that Shamspeare fellow blew air into the pipes to make the man's stove go out on purpose?
Now hold your horses there, what would he do that for? He's sweating buckets. Mr. Foreman. What is it, man? We cannot allow judgment to be passed whilst this doubt remains. It's true that I don't have conclusive evidence yet. However, you must surely agree there is more to this case than meets the eye.
Please say yes. Don't say no.
Fair enough, like I said at the outset. I'm a man of logic, first and foremost.
He changes his mind. Yay! Oh boy! We're gonna continue the trial.
That's 4 jurors leaning towards not guilty, my lord. We've overturned the decision. Therefore, the defense calls for the trial to continue.
Nice. Skiramoo, haro. Why are you typing in Twitch chat?
Nani? As the defense has rightfully indicated, the summation
I can't read.
summation examination has concluded with a majority of jurors altering their decisions. Ho, ho. He really liked the Twitch emotes. That's true. I wish, I don't know, I think in YouTube, right, the emotes are only accessible if you're already 1,000 subscribers and above.
Sadly, we're still on the journey to halfway through. Who knows? Maybe we'll reach 500 before the year, or by the first half of next year. That would be nice. Who knows? Wishful thinking is free.
A dream is free. 2 jury members now call guilty, 4 now call not guilty. Therefore, the jury's opinion is conflicted and in accordance with the law of this land. I hereby order the continuation of this trial. Ho, ho, ho. If ever we get to use customized emotes here in YouTube, I'm thinking of making a whole different batch so that, you know, there's a variety between the Twitch and YouTube chat. Mr. William Shamspeare.
My lord,
How can thy humble Shamspeare serve thee? What say you in response to the various revelations made during the summation examination? So God mend me, I do solemnly swear, I recall aught of either the lamp or the pipe. I think that's his way of saying, swear to God I don't remember about the pipe and the lamp. But your handprints had made a tardy mess all over the wall there. How did you explain that, eh? Oh, children, he threw the bottle. I am done with this. The dignity of this great courtroom has been sullied enough already. Juror number 5. Oh, me? As I went to some pains to point out already, a print from the self-professed detective's toy has no place in a British court of law. As such, whether or not this man did indeed stand before the gas lamp with his hands against the wall remains at this time unestablished conjecture. You would all do well to remember that. But the prosecution must concede that it would be extremely simple to verify. Just order the mouth of the gas pipe feeding that lamp in Mr. Shamspeare's room to be examined. If there are traces of poison there, what appears to be extremely simple is my Nipponese friend's mind. You will recall that in order to check for the presence of poison in the tea, some remnants of tea were required. Yes. Therefore, it shouldn't be beyond your wit to imagine that even if poison were to have been spread on the pipe, it would have completely evaporated by now, making any analysis impossible. I didn't think of that. In any case, Counsel, I fail to see what could possibly have motivated the man to do as you described. Why on earth would this fellow have wanted to blow air into the gas pipework where he lived? There's only one possibility that I can think of, and that is to use the licking gas to commit murder.
Oh! Did he try to maybe murder Soseki-san?
Order! Order, Counsel!
皆さんはうるさいだね。だから。
Order! Precisely whose life do you suppose this man was plotting to end? Ho ho. The answer couldn't be simpler. Now we've unraveled the mystery this far. Mr. Shamspeare wanted to end the life of the Juliet. Soseki Natsume. Wait, what's the present? There we go. Present. If a gas lamp were to go out, it would be noticed immediately, of course. But a gas stove, on the other hand, could be silently extinguished by the killer without anyone noticing. I live round those parts myself, so I know what it's like. I can tell you, trying to sleep without the stove lit is pretty much suicide. You'd freeze to death in no time. Mr. Garideb, the landlord, has a large fireplace in his part of the residence on the top floor. In other words, it wasn't the landlord but a fellow lodger whose life Mr. Shamspeare was trying to end. Outrageous! I'm talking, of course, about the defendant. Mr. Natsume isn't the villain in this case. He's the victim this man was trying to murder. Good gracious! Finally in the present? I think so. The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. Doesn't the judge's voice hurt your throat? Actually, no, it doesn't. I think I mentioned it in Twitch before. It's something like how screamos in band or metal or rock, approach that kind of thing. There's a proper way to do it where you don't hurt your throat. So over time from practicing, I found a way to do those kind of things like without hurting your throat. There's a way. There is a way. But can I do like screaming and growling and singing? No, I can't. It's different. Singing is different from voice acting or talking. But yeah, technically there's a way to do it without hurting your throat. So I'm fine, don't worry. And the same thing, like when I do the thing in Twitch where I go like there's a way to like do it without hurting the throat. Yeah.
So don't worry, I'm 大丈夫。大丈夫だそう。
The accused is actually the aggrieved? Interesting. However, the fundamental facts of the case remain unchanged. Namely, that the accused is the aggressor here.
What? How can you still claim that?
Yes, just like also when I do the high voice, like, there's a way to appropriately do it, in my opinion, so that I don't hurt my throat. I would say my only challenge is it's more of stamina of my throat, because for what I know, like in the voice acting industry, I think maximum is like 2 to 4 hours at a time if they're doing their work, like a recording. Otherwise, they could overwork their throat and then it will destroy their voice. That's what I know. I could be wrong. I'm not professional. I'm not in the industry technically. I want to be, but I don't know anything. Let us indulge your fancies for a moment and assume that there was indeed poison on the mouth of the gas pipe. The question that then arises is who put it there? Who did put it there? The only logical conclusion is that the person responsible was aware of this man's trickery with the gas supply and his intent to kill. Yes, that would indeed seem logical. Ho ho ho. If the assailant were unaware, how would he or she have known to lace the end of the gas pipe with poison? So now, we must ask, how could anyone have known of Mr. Shamspeare's murderous designs? You mean to suggest? Naturally, the sole possible answer to that question couldn't be more obvious. Only the man whose life was being threatened could possibly have known. What? In other words, the person who put the poison on the gas pipe in what was a clear retaliatory attack can only have been the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Oh no. That's quite clever though.
You can do it. It's a question of am I a can or cannot? I'm enough. I can do this. Whatever Mr. William Shamspeare may or may not have contrived to do, he was nevertheless the victim of a potentially lethal poison attack. And the only person who could possibly have perpetrated the attack is the accused Mr. Natsume. He's so dramatic. His avatar's animations are so dramatic. The defense counsel theorizing has failed to avert suspicion from the accused. Far from it. In fact, now that a clear motive for the poisoning has been successfully established, that suspicion is greater than ever. Would you not agree, my Nipponese friend? Gosh darn it. Mr. Reaper here is doing extra work, isn't he? How did he manage to turn that around on me so rapidly? Mr. Naruhodo, you must respond. Otherwise, the members of the jury may very well change their leanings against us. And this may be our last chance to gain the advantage. What advantage? Well, It would seem that somebody put poison on the gas pipe in Mr. Shamspeare's room. So we must name that person now and absolve Mr. Natsume of guilt. You mean the name of the true culprit? I know it might sound impossible, but if we fail to do that, I have no doubt that Mr. Natsume's fate will be sealed once and for all. Oh man. As it happens, one possible culprit does come to mind. The evidence, the poison, it's all pointing to a particular person now.
Wait, it is?
Who? Who could have been the person to put the poison? So it should be someone who has... Wait. I get it! I get it! I know who it is! Wait, I hope it's not right because that would be sad. Oh no, please no. Oh god, okay, I feel sad now. Okay, let's do this. I think I know who it is. The prosecution calls for the jury to consider their leadings again. I trust you'll make the correct choice this time, Mr. Foreman.
Oh no, Skiramoo. Don't die.
Ne, Skiramoo, don't die. If you die, there will be one man down. There is one other person who I believe could have been involved in all of this. The true culprit of this crime. Oh no. The true culprit? A term found only in second-rate novels, featuring third-rate great detectives, my Nipponese friend. But why not? This farce has gone on for so long already. I see no reason to cut it short before its disappointing climax. Thank you. The OST revived you. Tell us, my learned Nipponese friend, what is your latest theory? Who is the so-called true culprit of this crime? Okay, this is the sad realization. There's only one person so far in this whole case that we were shown to have access to poison. It was someone we just visited in the hospital, my dudes, my apricots. It's Miss Green.
It was me, the main culprit.
No, not yet.
私じゃないね。
It's not me. It's you. It's you, Amadara. This is for self-protection. This is self-defense, my sword.
It's not me. There's no blood on the knife. You can spray it with luminol if you'd like. Unless you would like to sacrifice your blood to this magical sword. I mean, you can. Yes, exactly. Padoru padoru.
So yeah, Miss Green, she's the only one who has any poison on her. Remember, it was the bottle that killed the rat. Oh, Miss Green, she's guilty. But she sounds so sweet. The name of the person responsible for the poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspeare is, I believe, Miss Olive Green.
Padoru Anzu Pat. Wow, would you look at that, Padoru-chan. Skiramoo patted you. Oh, it's happy. Oh, it's happy about the pat. Thank you very much.
Miss Olive Green. Miss Olive Green? I do feel as though I've heard that name in the recent past, Council, but I don't recall where. Ho ho ho. Miss Olive Green? The woman from 6 days ago? The victim in the recent case of stabbing on Briar Road. An incident for which Mr. Natsume was arrested, I hasten to add. Oh, of course, yes, Miss Green. She was left comatose for some 3 days, I believe. But I hear she regained consciousness 2 days ago. And I hardly need remind the court that Mr. Shamspeare's poisoning took place 3 days ago. Given that the woman was lying comatose in a hospital bed at the time, she appears to have a rather fine alibi. True, on the night that the incident occurred, Miss Green was in hospital, unconscious. So on the face of it, it would seem that she couldn't possibly be responsible, but still.
Good midnight, Ate Anzu. Hello, Exmuto. How are you? A good midnight to you also, ne?
A very good midnight to you, X. I hope you've been well. Did you have a good day? Are you alright? Have you drank? Kakagising mo lang. Aba, bagong gising at ako pa ang nakita mo. Pasensya na na. Sorry to ruin your day from the start. My colleagues and I visited Miss Green in hospital yesterday, and we found her to be in possession of a bottle of poison. Good gracious! She had poison? And there's another fact that links Miss Green to this case as well. The defense requests that she be brought to the witness stand in order to explain the details to the court. Tell me, Mr. Shamspeare. My lord, pray what be thy bidding? Are you acquainted with Miss Green? No, I've never heard of her. Judging by the look on Mr. Shamspeare's face, I think perhaps he genuinely doesn't know her. At least not by name. As the voice of Her Majesty's prosecution here, I adhere to my word. We will see my learned deputy's friends fast through its conclusion. I appreciate that. The prosecution requests a short recess, my lord, in order to subpoena the witness and bring her here. Yes, Miss Olive Green. Indeed, my lord. 1 hour should be sufficient. Very well. I grant the request. Excellent, I hope. The defense has made a most extraordinary accusation, I must say, but at the present time, I feel the prosecution's argument remains largely uncontested. Accordingly, I'm afraid that the defendant and his culpability remain the sole subject of this court's attention. Thank you, counsels. We reconvene in 1 hour. Court is adjourned.
Adjournment. Tobe, continue. Suzukimasu.
Alright, chat, I have a question. Should we finish this episode? Or should we save it for next time? By the way, Ate Anzu, I have a game suggestion. Don't Scream. It's a horror game. Don't Scream? Sounds like a game I will fail in, but because I get shocked. I guess I could. Okay, let me just note that game down. Gonna fail. Wait, let me note that down. Don't scream game. Alright. I put it in the notepad. Finish. Alright. Okay, let's finish it.
Let's do this. 続きます。
February 23, 11:32 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber.
Joyful jubilant jumping jacks!
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikotoba Esquiress.
Now I finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent. And proof that my tea is innocent. Ah, good morning, my dear fellows.
Elections! May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent.
I thought that he was innocent, Soseki-san. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came. How wonderful. Please save your derision. I know what you're all thinking.
Good morning, he says, when it's very nearly time for luncheon.
Your scorn is written clearly across your faces. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort. The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow for once I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination has a beauty all of its own, does it not? Oh yes. And then I began to muse on the subject. Why do people oversleep, I queried. Why time after time do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep. Well, is that not an astute insight into the matter? Oh, yes. Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment. I didn't sleep a wink all night. And the results? By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness. Shocking. Oh wait, that's Ryunosuke. Shocking. And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is, a good night's sleep is quite simply essential. Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already. What others presuppose I proved by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method. Ah, yes. And one more thing. Do you remember this? Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to... It was a laborious task as the bottle was near empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder shows. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine. So I was right. Perhaps, though of course such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended.
Ta-na-na-nan.
A bottle found in the possession of Miss Green with traces of slow-acting poison strychnine inside. Oh, who's this? Could I have a word? Who's this one? Oh, Gregson. Grexy. Gregson, how good of you to come. Forget it, excuse me. Wait a minute, Inspector. I don't wish to make a nuisance of myself. From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of itself. My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me. Do you have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shamspeare's room? Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually. Oh, you mean the man from the newspaper article we discovered yesterday? In Mr. Shamspeare's room? A man by the name of... Ah, yes, Selden. I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fellow's file. There's something in there that, well, caught my eye. Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What? I've copied out the relevant thoughts for you, so you can read it for yourself. Thank you. What could it be? These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though? Well, you're the one who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you? I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion. Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful. Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here has a shining diamond in its crown. A shining diamond in the rough, Mimi. Luke, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all. Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all, certainly not. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm rather tired seeing Mr. Moustache in flow to tears presently, so the best of luck to you.
Look him student, Mr. Naruhodo Squire!
Yes, Mr. Natsume? It's time, isn't it? Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspeare. This is going to be the final battle. Last round, fight! I won't really have saved Saseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to.
Dun 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 dun.
February 23rd, 12:30 p.m. The Old Bailey Courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Ho, ho, ho. Before the recess, we heard the most startling accusation from the defense, namely that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident. A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing, in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores. Thank you for that backhanded consideration. A rather cold assessment from the Honourable British Prosecutor, I must say. So Lord Van Zieks is the new witness present and ready to take the stand. ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, Malum. Very well. Bailiff, bring in the witness in. Bring the witness in. Bring her on.
Yeah, where's my coffee?
Witnesses, state your names and occupation for the court, please. William Shamspeare, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only that I be a tragic victim, to be pitied. Currently unemployed, in other words.
I'm Olive Queen. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Also currently unemployed, in other words. What a... Oh no, how do you read that? Quoted. Mr. Shamspeare. My lord, I am thy humble servant. I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you were in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lounger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you. I would for naught else, my lord. And Miss Green.
Yes?
You are aware of the reason why you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume.
Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon.
And do you accept the charge, Miss Green?
I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, lady, thy to live. Verily, I know thy prickly pea-pigmented personage. Very well, let's proceed with the matter at hand. That being to assertion whether or not Miss Garridem has any employment in this affair.
It's very strange. Very strange indeed. I rarely ever go to the East End anyway. It so happened that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in the hospital finding my love.
Wait, what's it? Fighting my love? Fighting for my life. Going. Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garridem household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days. I was in the middle of my back by a knife. I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife. Through no fault of my own, and I'm under suspicion? What other irrelevant things might I suspect and all? It's all very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about random life attacks, Miss Green. At this point in time, that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeare on all lodgings. is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why. We would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no! The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive the awful accidents? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspearean. Eh? But what happened 6 days ago is nothing to do with me being poisoned. Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road and the evening of the 17th on February. The evening of 17th February. Okay, just a moment, guys. Just a quick toilet break. I'm just going to go pee. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, toilet break. Hehe. It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house, where the men in this case have their lodgings. I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakest, for I had bespoke my... what was it? Bespoke my something. Bespoke my supper. It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna read the lines in regular voice already because, well, it's almost 3 hours of just continuous, oh no, what you call this? Continuous acting it out. And yeah, I just wanna make sure. Oh no, I just wanna make sure that I'm not gonna destroy my voice. Alright, okay. So where were we? Yes, a second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings.
Haunted. Spooky, spooky.
One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence. Meanwhile, you say you were not in your room, Mr. Shamspeare. It was the following morn when I did awaken that I learned of the dire events. Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine. Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. As suspected. It's true, it does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance, but I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. And this is my one and only chance to expose it. Counsel, you may now cross-examine these two witnesses if you wish. Yes, my lord. The evening of February 17th. Okay, so let's press her statement. I'm well acquainted with the case. I'm sorry you had to go through that. It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested. Yes, the incident had already been resolved. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening and should now be forgotten. Yes, I suppose so, thank you. But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day for us to arrive at the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement. Okay, press. What were you doing there that day, though? What do you mean? The art school you attend, what's it called? Ah, yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture. Right. The witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas. That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of the town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less baiting term. The point is, she's definitely hiding something. Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth. If she's trying to hide why she was there that evening, it must mean there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key to this. And you, Mr. Shamspeare, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly were you doing? It would be my pleasure, sir. He's so smug. I was at the tavern on the eve of which you speak of.
Mata!
A tavern, you say? Which one? 'Twas the slug and salad where I did tarry. 'Tis a jewel in the East End. And a little unexpected, I feel. What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks? The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least. Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room. Uh-oh, Mr. Poor Guy was in the fancy restaurant, he says. It's true, the menu lists premium crust of bread and glasses of water and different levels of cloudiness. I would have expected Grub's grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your beans. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather soupy water and pea-like mush. All equally appetizing. I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that? How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on the day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shamspeare's own actions on the day of this incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. Do we have evidence? Hold on. What's our court record at the moment? Oh, we didn't read this one yet. Investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder, died of natural causes whilst in prison, his final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. The estimated £1,000 worth of loot that he stole remains unrecovered. Interesting. Manchester Strangeways Prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay. And then the bottle, let's try examining it. Okay, so let's see what is there. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle. Look here. You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not, as long as we don't lose this trial. No, even if we lose the trial. No, we mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhodo. Make your mind up, Miss Sasato. Looks like that's the only part that is examinable. Oh no. Ito. I guess we have? Mr. Shamspeare. Yes, sir? On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speak. Very well, I will present the court with evidence. The that explains why you had to be at the slug and salad that day. Namely, okay, this one I'm completely not sure. Ito, nani kana? Ito, what? What's so cute, Trev? What do you guys think that we can show for this one? I'm not entirely sure. Nani kana? What do you guys think could we present? I'm actually not sure on this one. Maybe this envelope? Because it might be the same envelope as the one with Shamspeare. Oh, good Horatio. There are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Horatio? I believe it's a line from Shakespeare's play Hamlet, Mr. Naruhodo. Be it a line from the great Shakespeare, or from this Mr. Shamspeare, the message is the same. My learned Japanese friend is wide of the mark. Oh, it's not that one. Okay. I do wonder if there isn't perhaps some evidence that would explain why it was the slug and salad he visited. I think we have this kind of try to with the sense of Wow, nani kana? Should I have presented something there or maybe not? Not entirely sure. Hold on, Minasa. I got sleepy because of my coffee, but I don't know if I can get through. Oh, nani kore? I got sleepy because of my coffee. Coffee's supposed to wake me up, not make me fall asleep. Nani kore? This is so weird. Hold on. Nani? I feel like we're near the end. I'm gonna push through. Okay, hold on. Let me slap myself awake.
Nani kore?
Alright. I think I regained consciousness. If you hear tapping sounds like that, it's just me slapping myself awake. Yee. Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial, didn't you, in the early hours? Exactly, so how could I have had anything to do with it? And yet you still hand me in here to court like this, honestly. So at the same time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed. Could there be a more airtight alibi? I ask you. And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit? Well, I earn... But you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? None at all. There you have it. The good lady has yet to see evidence, my little Nipponese friend. I'm working on it. Council, I will point out here that the jury's next decision will be final. We're finally up against the wall here. That's all the testimony I have to work with. There's certainly no obvious link between these two incidents or the two incidents. But we can't just turn around and admit this has all been a waste of time. I have some pride, you know, Mrs. Sato. I think perhaps pride shouldn't come into this, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, anyway, I should at least make sure I press them all on their statements. And hard, too. Oh dear. Did you hear what I said about pride? Okay. So... this one I did not press, right? I think I skipped it, so let's press it. What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing, really. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. It was related to the card you were holding. So that was the flashback when we went to see her during the investigation part. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? It has nothing to do with Duncan. Ooh, what is this? Why are you thinking?
Shut up!
Mr. Shamspearean, do you have something to share with the court? To be or not to be? That is the question. Pray forgive me. The great bard's words springeth from within me, within me never thought. Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps? Wah, stay awake, Anzu. Well, nay, sire. I was nothing at all. Presumably you know the name though, Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house. It would seem so, but sadly nay. Lodging? Be a lowly occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me. So you haven't heard of him even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours? It's a good point. If someone died, you know, it's going to be on the news, you're gonna tell people and stuff. So, pretty weird he didn't even know. Miss Green. Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong? The card that was mentioned before containing the note, do you have it upon your person? I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really. Perhaps you dispose of it? The court will take it as evidence, please. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the envelope. Look, the edge of the envelope. It's the same. This one, the green. It's the same one we have. Of course, that's what links Mr. Shamspearean, and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross. Now, continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. Okay, let's take a look at... card that we just got. Yeah, I think it's even the same tearing pattern. The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah, what is this? The way the envelope is torn, I'm almost sure I've seen that exact same shape somewhere else. See? Oh, you don't mean... Are you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Exactly, that's it. Try to match them up. Fusion. They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card. Da-na-na-na. Okay, I think that's the only thing. Alright, okay. So we have a card. Now I wonder if that can be related to another part. Pachi. So. Bespoke my supper. Ah, maybe the envelope will tell us that they actually met last night. Because the other half that we have, we got it from Shamspearean's room. So maybe, just maybe, we'll have to present the Miss Green card. I don't know what's present anymore. What button is it? There we go. My lord, there are clearly grounds for being suspicious of that last statement. Did I get it wrong? I'm sorry, Counsel, but I failed to see why. What? Oh no. Naniこれ? Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, you pursued Mr. Shamspeare wonderfully there. Oh my god, I fell asleep for a moment. I'm so sorry. It worked out well, hasn't it? We have a new clue at last. Alright, now I need to pull off a really insightful objection somewhere. Right. Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, of course. And yelling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose. Oh, I'm falling asleep. Oh, yabi. Okay, we can do this. We'll survive. Wait a minute. You know what? Let's just give the envelope anyway to... What time we did and it wasn't...
Nani kana?
Tavern, you say? He was trying to say he was at that tavern. see if this is so unfair. Ah! Okay, ano... Okay, this is still the same dialogue. Maybe this is where we present it. Instead of like the regular presentation. Mr. Shamspeare, on the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason? I don't know what you're talking about. Pray if thou hast some purpose, speaketh. Okay, so we present, so let's try putting the envelope here instead. Oops. There we go. I believe this card reveals the answer. Oh, it's correct. Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean? That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shamspeare, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note. Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Well, excuse me. Can I say something? Yes, Miss Green? The card delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes, but it's hard to believe it's really... My lord, may I? Mo nemu nemu nemu. Hi, I want to finish it, but I'm... Oh no. Internet. Okay, internet's back. I think. Yeah. Alright. The internet had a hiccup moment. I want to finish the game, but I'm really sleepy now. This is so unfair. Yeah, alright, okay, I'm really sorry, but every time I close my eyes, even just like by blinking, I end up falling asleep. Unfortunately, we'll have to end here and continue it next time. I'm really sorry. I want to finish it, but I'm so sleepy. Well, anyway, there will be multiple holidays this incoming week. I don't have work on November 1, 2, and 3. So I think I can just play this on Tuesday night after work. So that we can finish it off, this case. Because I'm really sleepy. Every time I close my eyes, it's like I'm falling asleep. Yeah, I'll just have to continue this on Tuesday night. I'm so sorry, guys. You're going to miss Anzu now? Yeah.
Don't worry. You will miss me more each day.
But no, really, every time I close my eyes, I see darkness and sleep. Hold on, let's just save, just to be sure. Oh my god, I'm turning into an old man. I'm gonna become Oji-san.
Anzu-chan じゃない。Anzu おじいさんになります。
Alright. So, thank you very much for passing by or staying in my stream today. I'm very sorry if I was a little late. I can't believe I actually forgot to make a thumbnail and stuff. And even schedule the stream. I was like, oh.
I won't forget next time, I promise.
Alright. I'll probably have also an updated stream schedule by Tuesday, but definitely Tuesday night I probably might play this one to finish off the case. We've been stuck on this case for a while. Alright.
はい、オッツアンズだね。
Thank you very much, guys.
I love you as always ね。
Alright, let's do our outro together. If you know it, say it with me. If you don't, then listen well so we can say it together next time. Alright.
カトン。
And as always, I'll see you in the next package delivery.
Bye bye. I love you guys. Thank you so much. ピカポピカポポポパポパブシュブシュブシュブシュパ Good night. おやすみなさいね。はい。バイバイ。